KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, fog's going to be an issue overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. A dense fog advisory has been issued. Expect after the fog lifts tomorrow another spring-like day. Plenty of clouds, though. Showers and storms on the way early Saturday. Perhaps a marginal risk of severe weather. And then winter coming back after spring-like temperatures near 70 tomorrow and mid to upper 60s early Saturday. So a lot going on. Plus, we're going to talk about that lunar eclipse. So let's take a look at the big picture. Got two storms going across the lower 48, one producing snow in the northeast. This is just several inches of snow, but this winter watch area here, winter storm warnings here, all for this big storm in the west that has been pounding the west coast with heavy rain and snows in the high Sierra, now moving through the Rockies, and that storm system will produce a nice stripe of snow across the nation's midsection. It's going to be rain for us, and that storm system will be dragging a cold front through the area early Saturday morning. Now, as we look at the satellite imagery, we saw the clearing skies across southwest Louisiana. This is where we thought fog would develop, and sure enough, fog is developing here. Still mid clouds and some high clouds over Acadiana on eastward, but we think this whole mess of fog and cloud cover will be slowly moving eastward, and essentially fog is cloud cover that sits down on the ground. So thus a dense fog advisory in effect for all of Acadiana from midnight on through 10 a.m. In some spots, we're already seeing visibilities down to a quarter mile or less. This is current readings over by Lake Charles at a quarter mile up to a half mile last hour. Oakdale was down to near zero, now a half mile. You can see some patchy dense fog right now, southwest Louisiana through central Louisiana, but we think this expands as we go deeper into the nighttime hours, and that's what our Futurecast model is showing us. Winds diminishing. That's been also the story keeping fog at bay so far in Acadiana, but winds die down tonight and the visibilities drop from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning, some spots near zero, and this could be the thick stuff, so please allow a little extra time to get where you're going tomorrow morning. Slow down and make sure you keep those low beams on. They are the most effective when you're traveling in the fog, especially at night as well. The fog slow to lift. It'll lift inland but may stick along the coast, and that could interrupt some crew changeover for our friends offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. So here's Futurecast. Fog the main item tomorrow morning, then we'll just segue to mostly cloudy skies. Mild temperatures at lunchtime up to near 70, and then maybe an isolated shower late tomorrow afternoon, but most of us stay dry. But then as we progress deeper into tomorrow night, early Saturday morning, pre-dawn hours, we start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms developing into a squall line as we get closer to daybreak, and this is where we could have the potential for storms that could produce damaging winds, so a marginal risk of severe weather. But look how quickly things are moving. These storms are going to be moving at about 40 or 50 miles an hour based on what we're seeing on Futurecast. So for Saturday afternoon, might see a few breaks, cloudy skies, and just windy and colder air will be moving in. So I have a 100% chance of rain on Saturday, but it's going to be just the first few hours of the day. Storm Prediction Center has us hatched in for a marginal risk of severe storms. We'll see what they come up with in later updates, but the main threat will be damaging winds, perhaps a brief weak tornado, so we'll watch that factor. But the storm's coming in at a good time for us where the severe weather dynamics are lower as compared to eastern Louisiana, where they could be a little bit higher going into mid-morning on Saturday. Not concerned with rainfall. Most of us catch maybe a half inch, a third of an inch, up to maybe an inch in a few isolated spots, but no worries about flooding with this system as well. Temperature-wise, we stay in the fog-favored mid to upper 50s overnight tonight, tomorrow up to 70 for a high, so we'll see another spring-like day. Look at Saturday. We start off in the mid-60s at 7:30 in the morning. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or just before kickoff time on the Saints game, well, this is Saturday, not Sunday, but we'll see temperatures in the 50s. I'm already ahead of myself, geeked about the Saints game. And then Saturday evening, temperatures dropping down upper 30s, lower 40s. Wind chills already down into the lower 30s. Now, as for the lunar eclipse this weekend, it looks good for Louisiana. The sky should be clear going into Sunday night. And as we open it on up, this is what's going to be happening. The moon always going around the Earth. Well, the moon is going to get behind the Earth's shadow, also known as the umbra, and that when they are aligned, when the moon, the earth, and the sun are aligned, that's how we get a lunar eclipse. And when this occurs, it's going to turn orange, red behind Earth's shadow. And enjoy this. This is the wolf moon. It's going to be a blood wolf moon because of the color of the moon. And we're not going to see the next eclipse until May 26, 2021. So get your cameras ready and dress warmly. As for times, the moon will go into a partial eclipse at 9:33 p.m. Sunday evening. Total eclipse begins about 10:41. Its maximum and will be darkest at 11:12 Sunday night, and the eclipse will end at 11:43, and the partial eclipse in the wee morning hours of Monday morning. But bottom line, dress warmly for Sunday evening. A dense fog advisory in effect for tonight. Cloud deck lowering, winds decreasing, and the fog increasing. 54 your low, 70 the high tomorrow. Another mild day after that morning fog. Slight rain chances. Winds picking up by late tomorrow afternoon, and they'll increase into tomorrow night. There's that 100% chance of rain and storms early Saturday, but most of Saturday is not going to be a bad day. It's just going to get breezy and cooler, but do expect the storms and maybe the slight risk of severe weather early in the day. We'll say breezy as in Drew Breezy, and cold. Cold will be the other team, we hope. And then as we go into MLK Day, temperatures and sunshine look very nice. And the middle part of the next week, more cold air on the wing.
All righty. Thank you, Rob.